A major food labeling scandal is widening this morning. More horse meat labeled as beef has been found in Europe as investigators reveal they were told of these concerns a full year ago. NBC's Keir Simmons is in London this morning with more. Hey, Keir, good morning.
Hey, David, good morning. You know, this story is really about a very simple question. Do you know what you're putting on your plate or even your children's plate? This morning we're learning some schools have withdrawn foods from their menu as Europe's horse meat scandal widens.
Horse meat has been turning up in beef products across Europe. Lasagna, beef burgers, even children's sweets containing gelatin are being tested for horse DNA.
From what we've seen so far, the more people have looked, the more has been found. So I would be very surprised if we don't find more instances of gross contamination.
The scandal has people wondering what they're eating. Many now turning to traditional butchers. Raoul and Molly from Washington, D.C. and New York now live in the UK. They say people here are shocked.
They buy a beef dinner, it turns out that it's horse.
One fear, were horses now in the human food chain injected with a painkiller called bute, unfit for human consumption.
To have something labeled to find out afterwards that it's an entirely different animal, literally, and you have no idea where that came from and what it will do to your health, I think is scary for anyone to think about.
Scarier still, the complex web of traders and subsidiaries for just one beef product. An order from the UK passing through Luxembourg, France, Cyprus, Netherlands to a slaughterhouse in Romania. The meat itself then travelling back across the continent. Hard to trace.
What meats have you got? What can I buy?
I've got some ribeye steak, some aged.
Traditional butchers say the drive for cheap meat is to blame.
Well, if somebody wants to pay $2 for a lasagna, you know, at the end of the day, you get what you pay for.
There's no suggestion yet that horse meat labelled as beef has reached the US.
Great, thank you.
But the struggle for everyone is to be sure that the meat you're buying is what the label says it is.
Now, that butcher is the kind of guy who knows everyone's name. His customers trust him. It's a local store. The trouble is, David, of course, that kind of service can cost you more. And when you're trying to feed a family, every dollar counts.
Keir Simmons, thanks very much this morning.